Hello there, just a latest update on what I've been purchasing lately, and at the end of this video there'll just be a general update regarding the channel on the way things are going at the moment. But I'll show you the stuff I purchased first, and then if you don't want to know about the rest of it, then you can, once that's finished, you can click off. That's not a problem. Now, I haven't been buying any new games as such, but what I have done is I bought some expansions to games that I already own. One of the games that I own that I thoroughly enjoy is Robinson Crusoe, and they've come out with this treasure chest, and it's basically all the promo stuff that you, unless you were at Essen or wherever they released the games, you weren't able to get hold of. So they've bundled it all up in this box with various other bits and pieces as well, some new parts and cards and such. If I turn the box over, I don't know whether you can see that. I do enjoy this game. It's difficult, I'm not going to say it isn't, it's difficult, but this treasure chest gives you some new explorers, some more non-player cards, get it right in a minute, non-player pieces who can help you in your quests. There's lots more beast cards, there's more treasure cards, and apparently I think there's 5 more adventures in here. There's discovery tokens, bits of all sorts. There's even something in here to help you design your own scenarios if you wish to do so. So it should be good. It's still in its shrink. There's no point me opening it yet because the base game's at the summer place, which I'll get to shortly. There is some unboxings of this on YouTube, but the only one I watched was the one with no spoilers because I don't want to know everything what's in there. I want it to be a surprise so that when I do open this, it's going to be, it's going to be fresh to me as well. It's going to be a total surprise, so I won't be opening that just now, so it can stay in its shrink. Other things I got, again, another expansion. This one is for the board game Terraform Mars. Now this is the map expansion. What this comes is a two-sided board. It's a two-sided board. So now with the base game, the map in that and these 2 maps, you've got 3 maps. This side's Hellas, which shows the South Pole, and so there's new resources placed out on the planet in different places, lakes. And this one is Elysium, which is the world of the, I think it's the highest mountain so far discovered in the solar system, Mons Olympus, or something like that. So, another map, just the same as the others. On this side they reversed the temperature track and the other bits and pieces, but other than that, they're exactly the same. I think some of these things down at the bottom, which you don't use solo, you use them in cooperative games, have changed as well on these maps. But a great game, and so I thought I'll get this while the going's good, and it was for a good price. With the same game, I also bought Prelude. Now I was told, I was told if you only ever get one expansion for Terraform Mars, make it this one. Although it's only a small box, you can see by my hand size, it's only a small box. You get what they call Prelude cards, which give you a bit of a kickstart when you first start the game, because normally the games are quite slow to begin with while you're trying to get your production engine going and such like. And these give you a bit of a boost. You only get 2. I think you think you dealt 4 and you get to keep 2 or something like that. And of course just some new corporations, some project cards, and 35 prelude cards. So that should spice up the game a little bit. And but instead of having, I think it's 14 turns to Terraform Mars, because you're using prelude cards which give you a bit of a boost, you have to actually do it in 12. So I've had it but I'll show you a quick look inside the books. Now I have opened this because little rubble, I haven't sleeved that, that's the promo card, but I wanted to sleeve them, so I've got them in the sleeves now, so they're all ready to go, and they just fit nicely back in that box. This is just a little promo card, and the little tiny booklet's just one, just a fold over. That's all it is. Nothing much in there, but the new cards will make it a lot more interesting. Then I've already got Venus next. That's at the summer place. So now I've gone for colonies. Gone for colonies. And this one offers quite a bit more. You get these little spaceships that you can put your blocks on. So it goes off to different moons, Enceladus, Miranda, Luna, and various others. Obviously more cards, more corporations, it tells you down here. And of course you can add this to the base game. If we have a quick look again, I've already opened it. More cards, which you can never have too many cards in this game because it just makes the game more and more interesting. These are the little plastic ships, the cubes that go in them. Some of the cubes, what you might need. Again, the rule book, just a little fold over, that's all it is. There's not a lot. Building a colony and trading with the colony and basically getting resources from it. Not a lot. Another promo card. And these, if I just tip this up, I haven't punched these yet, but these are all the moons that you can go to and the various resources that they have. So it should be interesting. That's just a how to use it kind of thing. So there's Titan and Pluto. Bill Connolly, that's the name board, what he used to fly from. And there's also Miranda, Luna, Ganymede, Io, each with its own benefits. And Callisto, Enceladus, Europa, and Ceres. And these just punch out. They're just a card. Pick card. And I think you keep 3 in the game. You pick 4, and I think you keep 3. And you put that at the side of the map, and you can set your colonists out to either colonise or to collect resources from the moons. And of course a lot more cards, which we like. So I put that back. And as there was an offer on at the place where I got all these, I picked up the latest expansion, which is Turmoil. And this introduces the web government. So you've got like a government chamber, you've got a chairman, you've got parties, you've got people waiting in the wings to come into here. More cards, of course, but it adds another dimension to what you're doing, because it might be beneficial for you to be the chairman at a particular turn, so you can have what you're trying to achieve in place here, rather than some other party. Probably be more benefit in a multiplayer game than solo, but it can be done solo. And there's lots of other extra cards again. Open this up. There's all your little extra tokens. So you've got all the different player colours. These are shaped like little people. You know, it's got a tie on, and it's the shape of the head and shoulders, and they sit in that government. And then you just use them for that, so you get a small piece of. So you need another white cube to show where you are on the on the board where the world government is. More cards, more what do you call them, companies, and then of course more of the other cards, a help card and various other bits and pieces. So lots more cards, another than promo card, there will be a promo cards. This, I'll just put that to a side. Turmoil, the rulebook, this one just a little bit thicker. Not a great deal. Instead of it just being an open fold out, it's 8 pages. But it tells you how to do that. These are the bits and pieces that go at the top of the board. There's also a terraforming rating which can alter. And this is the board itself. This is the board itself of the government, would reveal the right way up. So that then policies I was talking about, they would go up there, the policy into that space, and depending on which party is in power, that policy would go there. You've got delegates in the lobby, a neutral reserve, and you've got delegate reserves there, and each one of these does various things on the map if you can control it. And finally, we've got global events, and the pack goes on here, and each turn one goes on there, so you know what's coming, and then the current event, so it slides along, and then you reveal the next one, it slides along, and then this will happen, so you've got like to plan for something that's coming ahead. Nice little addition, so that's something else to make you scratch your head while you're playing the game. These are new boards, and I don't know if I can show it, but they're like double cardboard thick. So there's an indentation in there, where before on the original game, in the base game, these player cards are just flat. And when you put them cubes on, you knock the table, they fly all over. But now, with these slots, they're not going to do that. And you've got the little space here to slide, to make energy into heat, etc. So that's a lot better than separate compartments for money and such, titanium, steel, etc. And all the other things. So I bought these separate. If you got the Kickstarter, I think this came in it, but mine wasn't. Mine was just a retail version. So I bought these separate. They weren't much, but I thought might as well have them. I've got the rest, so might as well have some decent boards, because that was the only bit which was a bit of a bummer. Them boards were, to be quite frank, they were a pain in the bum where your disc kept sliding around. So that's all what I've done. So no new games, just some additions to games I've already got. Now, let's put something in view rather than looking at a bloody table. As for the channel, I've not been doing a lot lately because my wife's very ill. As most of you know, she's disabled after a couple of strokes. She's paralysed left side, and now she's got dementia. And so, to add to that, she's got the confusion of that, and it's becoming more and more difficult for me to deal with on my own. I've looked after now on my own for 14 years, and it's come to the point now where I need professional help. So I'm going to get the adult social services in to assess her and to see what she needs. It does mean that there is no way that, even we're in lockdown at the moment, but this summer there's no way we'll be able to go to the summer place. I'm afraid that's going to have to be emptied out and cleaned up, and I'm going to have to put it up for sale. I'm afraid we've had our last summer there. There's no way I can be there with her on my own. It's just too dangerous. So everything there, and that's obviously the base games for these. They'll all be coming home once the lockdown's lifted enough to actually be allowed to travel. I mean, the place is shut and gated. You can't get in even if you went. So yeah, I'm afraid our little utopia by the coast is going to have to go. We've had our last time there, I think. But we had 4.5 summers there, and she loved it and I did. I'll lose money on the deal, obviously, because it was a brand new van when we bought it, caravan when we bought it. And it's like when you buy a new car, so you take it off a forecourt price halves. I'll be lucky to get a quarter back what I paid for it, 5 years ago. But there you go. The times we had there make that worthwhile. You can't take bloody money with you when you snuff it, can you? So I'm not quite sure what's going to happen to Josie, but from what I can gather, she'll probably have to end up in a care home before the year's out, because I don't think we'll be able to do a great deal for her here. And so she really needs professional care that I just can't do, just can't give. And I'm getting older and weaker. It's not as if I'm still strong like I was 15, 20 years ago. I could do this, but I can't do it now. It's just way too much of a strain and stress on me. And to be honest, it's totally wearing me out, both physically and mentally. It's just a torture. So that's why the channel's not been very productive lately. I do hope to do more things as and when I find the time, but as you appreciate, there isn't a lot of spare time, and to be honest, usually by the time she settles down for the night, I'm that bloody tired. I tend to sit down and have a couple of beers, and I'm in bed myself by 9:30, 10 at night because I'm shattered. So I've not been doing a lot. So anyway, thanks for watching, and if you got this far, but don't be depressed. I'm not. You know, I'm not to the stage where I'm thinking of slitting my wrist or like that. No, you're not getting rid of this fat Yorkshire bastard like that easy. No, I'll be back. Don't you worry about that. As Arnold says, I'll be back. I'm made of tougher stuff than that. As they used to say in the Royal Navy, if you can't take a joke, you shouldn't have been joined. And that's my outlook on life. You deal with what you've got. If I could get the words out, I start feeling sorry for myself. I'll just pick myself up, dust myself down, and I'll get on with it. So no fears of that, guys and girls. I'm not going to be doing anything daft, but I'll just be missing for a while probably. But I'll try and upload stuff as and when I can, if I get something done. And I think it might be of a bit of interest to you. So I think that's it. Thanks again for watching if you got this far. And yes, I am fine, and I will remain fine. No worries about that. So take care, and I'll speak to you on the next one. Bye for now.